Hi guys, getting ready to do some hand sewing, show you guys a couple of stitches, and I'm showing you right now my thimble. It's a metal thimble, you can get it in plastic, but I prefer to use my hand leather thimble, the one that I made. It fits better and it's more comfortable and flexible for moving. With the project today, I'm going to be using a steel needle. You can get a needle where it won't knot up in a double eye, but I'm using a single eye. So if you get a double eye needle, that's a plus for you. You don't have to worry about tangled thread. I'm going to use cotton thread today for this hand sewing project. Do you guys know that thread can come waxed and unwaxed? And when you use the waxed thread, a lot of time that's for designers when they want their thread to really pop out. Let's start. Okay, this first stitch I'm sewing, guys, is the back stitch. I'm going to use my measuring ruler in order to make sure my lines are straight, and I'm going to do maybe a little under an inch when it comes to the stitches. The back stitch is a good stitch. It's also called the long stitch, and it gives a lot of security, and the stitches are close together. You can do it with a straight stitch, but at the same time you're going to see this technique. I don't do a lot of hand sewing anymore, but these are some little techniques my mama taught me, and I'm sharing it with you guys. Okay, the next stitch is really the most common stitch. It's the basic stitch. It's also known as the running stitch, straight stitch. It's one that, just the easiest stitch to do. I'm starting with 9 in the beginning, and what I do is I just start gathering, maybe a half an inch. I do about 1, 2, 3, and then I pull. You don't have to do this method. You can go one at a time and pull. I've seen some people go from the top down, from the bottom up, but this is the fastest. It's not the most secure stitch, but it's the most common stitch. It's the easiest stitch. I have made a whole garment using this stitch. Wasn't really secure, but I did it a long time ago. I'm going to do back stitching, and it's going to give it like a crisscross effect. This is a good technique for a frame, and it gives a nice fancy look on the fabric too as well. So you can always do this if you hand sewing and you have that frame fabric. You can just go backwards with it. Okay, moving on from the whip stitch, my least favorite stitch, and moving now to the blind hem stitch, also known as the invisible stitch. This is definitely a good technique to use for pillows. When you're doing the stuffed pillows and you leave that little opening for you to put your hand in to stuff the pillow, you want to use this blind hem stitch. Now I'm using the color thread, as you guys know, just so y'all can see, but you want to make sure you get the thread that's going to match the fabric. And you just sew, you grab the inside fold on each side and you pull. This once again is called the blind hem stitch. Okay, with the blind hem stitch, the way you close this off, especially if you're doing a pillow or some type of craft like a stuffed toy or something, you take the needle and you put it inside, like inside the pillow, and you pull the thread through, and that's how you hide your thread, making it invisible. Is called the blanket stitch. Now this is one of my favorite stitches. I need to use this stitch more. This is a beautiful stitch, and it's used as a it reinforces the edges, especially on very thick fabric. So it's good to use on plush fabric. It's called a blanket stitch because it coats the edges of the fabric itself that's joined together. And I love this stitch. Now I'm doing it with a thread, but if you use thicker thread, if you're doing some, use heavier weight thread and make it a different color from the fabric, you know, this is actually a beautiful stitch. And it's supposed to lay directly on the top, but me doing these examples, I'm doing them, you know, rather quickly, but you're supposed to go back to make sure it's laying nicely, beautifully on the creases. It's called the blanket stitch. I like this stitch. Next to the running stitch, I like this stitch.